Hello and welcome to In the Spotlight, where this week we'll be taking a look at women's sport. And coming up on today's show, they may share a name, but they also share an ambition for the Olympic Games. Synchronised diving sensations Millie Fowler and Millie Hafferty have their eye on a bright future in the sport. And 8 weeks of hard training finally paid off for a group of ordinary women who had never pulled on a pair of boxing gloves until recently. But first, Team GB weightlifter Sarah Davies speaks to James Cann about her chances of Olympic qualification.
Gearing up for her first Olympics is European under-23 champion Sarah Davies, although she must wait until June to see if she can make some noise on the world stage.
We don't know yet, unfortunately. We'll find out in June. We're one of the last sports to get our qualification through, but if I keep going the way I am, it'll be a close call.
Davies' work may be done for the time being, but her coach Jack Oliver has been pushing her to the limit. A 10th place finish at the London 2012 Olympics saw him secure his status as Britain's best weightlifter in 20 years. He earmarked his ambitions for his students.
Well, I expect her to get a couple of them over the next few years, maybe even a World Championship medal, and obviously lifting the Olympics, this one and the next one as well. So I want her to do at least as much as I've done.
When Davies claimed gold at the European Championships earlier this year, there were more female competitors than her male counterparts. She feels that this split has lifted a great weight off her shoulders and that gradually the perception of female lifters has changed.
If you look at the British women's team, we look a lot different to the stereotype. People expect us to be like 6 foot tall, massive broad shoulders and like a typical Soviet weightlifter, but it's definitely changing. You do get some people that will have something negative to say about it.
The Olympians' training base at White Rose CrossFit was set up from scratch 11 months ago by IT graduate Rakesh Patel. He wanted to get more women involved in exercise and feels that having two high-profile names training under his roof has acted as a catalyst for more women to come and attend his sessions.
It's inspiring for women here, yeah. When we have our members here and Jack and Sarah are lifting, it's very inspiring for members to see what's actually possible. And these guys, Jack and Sarah, are very humble, and they kind of resonate with the kind of vibe that we've got going down here.
For Oliver, the Olympics is nothing new, but both are hanging on to their hopes of making it to Rio as a pairing. Despite Davies only taking up the sport in 2011, Oliver is impressed with how far his training partner has come and feels it will be the icing on the cake for Sarah's career.
Less than 5 years to have competed in Commonwealth Games and World Champs and European Champs, and to be a European under-23 champion is just unbelievable. She's got so much talent and works hard and gives me a bit of company in training.
Davies currently divides her time between training camps across the UK and teaching at Ilkley Grammar School. She hopes all this will change with a crucial cash injection after this summer's competition.
It'd be definitely great to get some more funding from UK sport. The sport is growing. Hopefully we'll meet our targets in Rio, which will then get us some more money, which would be great to see.
James Cann, Leeds.
Thanks James. Now over to Sheffield, where two promising young divers are looking to follow in illustrious footsteps to the Olympic Games. Millie Fowler and Millie Hafferty have won almost everything on the junior scene and have been touted for similar success in the next stage of their careers. Craig Draycott has more.
Sheffield Diving Club boasts some of Britain's best young divers, including Team GB's Freddie Woodward. Coached by former national diver Tom Owens, synchronised diving duo and namesakes Millie Hafferty and Millie Fowler are the club's rising stars. While their Olympic dream is one for the future, Woodward could qualify for Rio as soon as tomorrow.
It's the final chance to qualify places for the Rio Olympic Games in the summer. We're going out to Rio together and I'm his only athlete, so we can have some really good focused time out there.
While Woodward's qualification appears unlikely, the promising Sheffield duo certainly have time on their side. As a young coach himself, Owens has big ambitions for the girls' future.
I'd love to get someone out there, but realistically for us right now, I'm looking more to the 2020 games. For Millie and Millie as a synchro pair and as individual divers, and for a load of the other guys that I train and I work with on a day-to-day basis.
After a promising career at junior level, the Sheffield-born duo will be hoping to make a big splash in their first senior event to put themselves in contention for the 2020 Games.
I'd like to start qualifying for senior internationals, because as of next year I'm a senior athlete and not a junior anymore. And then my main goal would be like Tokyo 2020 Olympics.
With the transition from junior to senior level in mind, the girls have already outlined the events they hope to qualify for.
Hopefully Dresden, and then maybe in Croatia for Junior Europeans, and then hopefully in Russia for Junior Worlds.
Despite being just 16, the pair have already had many career highs and hope to add the Olympics to their resumes.
Qualifying for the European Games in Baku last year, because it was the first multi-sport event I've been to, and it was the furthest I'd travelled at the time.
The pair look to take inspiration from 2012 Olympic diver Monique Gladden, who also trained at Sheffield.
She was a big influence as well, because obviously she carried on for a while, went to the Olympics, so obviously that's a big inspiration.
The future of women's diving is now looking as encouraging as its male counterpart. Woodward believes that the sport is showing signs of this progression.
The British team is in a strong place at the minute, both the men and the women. The average age is really young, and there's lots of exciting people coming through it on both sides, and I think that helps. It gives it a better atmosphere when you're not just all looking for Tom Daly to do really well.
Craig Draycott, Sheffield.
Thanks, Craig, and best of luck to Sarah and the two Millies on their road to the Olympic Games, the trio being part of a number of exciting female prospects in Team GB. But it's not all just about youth, as these Huddersfield women have proved it's never too late to take up a new sport. They've been speaking to Kane Allen about their newfound love.
Boxing is a sport that's not usually associated with women, but for these women, it's become a great way to get fit and raise some money for charity. Pink Collar was set up to do exactly that. All the pre-fight nerves soon go out of the window once they step into the ring. The ladies compete for free 1.5-minute rounds in front of family and friends. For fighter Michelle Durham, the stress almost became too overwhelming.
As soon as we all came into the ring, my nerves took over me, and then when I saw the first fight, because I wasn't on till second, and I saw the first fight and my emotions nearly took over me, I had to leave, I couldn't watch it.
To get to this stage, the ladies have had to endure an intensive 2-month training programme. The 8 weeks of preparation starts at the Gladiators Boxing Academy in Linthwaite. They go through all the necessary training methods to get them ready for the big day, as any other aspiring fighter would. Zoe Palethorpe has experienced the strenuous demands of the programme firsthand.
The level of fitness that you need to box in is amazing, so we do really intensive training twice a week, and as you can see it's pretty draining stuff.
Walking up to the ring just 8 weeks after being introduced to the sport, little did they know that all the preparation and training was nothing in comparison to what came after the bell rang. All the technique acquired was enough to see them through as emotions ran high. And it wasn't just the competitors who were reduced to tears. Even for 46-year-old Gemma Gill, a hug from her father was just what she needed. Husband Johnny Gill offered his own support from the sideline.
Been a few tears. First time she got punched in face. First time she punched someone else in face, she cried as well. So yeah, been emotional.
Having not participated in the sport before, quality coaching and mentoring was on hand to prepare the ladies in a short space of time. And even though it was all for charity, the competitive nature of the sport still spilled over. But despite this, the coaches on both sides stayed in good spirits.
You see him jumping up and in full of it, and it's brilliant. Brilliant to see him celebrating afterwards. All the hard work paying off.
Whilst it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience, plenty of the women are keen for it to stay that way.
It was the most horrendous experience of my entire life, and I never want to do it again.
Others may continue the sport.
It's been intense, training for 8 weeks, but I've enjoyed every second of it, and I'll definitely do it again.
Over £2,000 was raised and celebration broke out after a successful day. Kane Allen, Huddersfield.
Thanks, Kane. Well, that rounds up today's show, but don't forget to tune in next week, same place, same time.